it's Chinyere here. Okay, so this story is about the time I ever got caught stealing, and it was when I was 17. Now guys, I wouldn't say that I was a rebel in that type of sense, but I definitely was a rebel. But I just didn't steal because I felt like it was a lot of effort. So, like most of the stories of stealing on YouTube, I was influenced by a person, which you should never, ever be influenced by a person, okay? Okay, guys, so first of all, I did not have a lot of friends when I was 17. I was in an alternative school, and I met this girl in the neighborhood. She seemed really cool, and she really wasn't. I mean, we hung out and sometimes we would talk on the phone. It was just nice to get out the house, especially because I wasn't in regular school. You know, I just didn't have a regular schedule. I had started like doing hair as a kid, you know, making money and stuff. And I would go to school like daily, but you know what I mean? It wasn't the same experience. I didn't go to school for that long, and I'll talk to you guys about that experience later. But the point of this is that the girl got me into stealing. Now, let me show you guys how it all happened and kind of like, in hindsight, why I honestly did not see this coming. So this was like more the beginning of social media. Now listen, I'm 24 right now. This happened when I was 17. This happened 7 years ago, okay? Instagram, all that stuff wasn't really big and popping back then. You know, MySpace was kind of coming to an end. Twitter was in, and like Facebook. So she would be like flying her shit online all the time. And I was like, wow, you know, she told me that she had like a cool job. This girl was like my age right now. She was like 23, 22 or something like that. And, you know, obviously by that age, I was thinking to myself, oh, she's graduated college at that age, so maybe she has like this really, you know, big, nice job. I mean, she just always kept up her stuff. And I was like, wow, that's really cool, you know. I didn't really think much of it because, especially back then, y'all, I was really low maintenance. I was like, you think I don't do my hair now? Y'all. Pitiful. So one day she's like, you know, let's go out, let's go hang out. And I remember specifically we had went to like Dillard's, and they had these polo shirts nicely on the table, and we're walking, and she picks it up and puts it in her bag, and she keeps walking. I saw it at the corner of my eye, and I was like, oh. She said, shh. She's like, just keep walking, let's go, let's go. And I was just like walking, and my heart was pounding. I was for sure, I was like, we're not gonna make it out of this mall. I started kind of like freaking out, but I was like, okay, no, I need to play it cool. This girl is much older than me. Like, I need to play it cool. We're shopping at other places. This shirt didn't even have a sensor on it. Like, nothing. So, but you know what? The polos usually didn't have sensors. I remember that, yeah. Because I worked at Macy's. The polos never had sensors. Whatever. It would make it look bulky if they did it. It wouldn't look as nice. So, okay, I just remember that. Anyway, we get at the mall, and I'm like, wow, you just stole that? She says, yeah, my man needs a shirt. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I didn't really ask much more questions after that. I didn't think about it. I just was like, wow, this girl stole something. Now, in my mind, I didn't think of it as a habit. I don't know why, but I just thought, okay, you know what, she stole. People steal sometimes, you know. A couple days later, she's like, hey, you want to hang out? We go and we go get a smoothie. And then we go to Aldi's. Aldi's is like a little cheap grocery store or whatever. And it's like a maze to get out of there. So I felt comfortable shopping with her because I'm like, there's no way she's about to be stealing from there. Y'all, I had bought me some stuff. She had got her some stuff, and we leave. And her purse is like filled with like meat, vegetables. She has slid it through the side of her purse. So I was like, oh shit, this girl is like big time. So I started getting comfortable with it. I was like, you know what? If she does it so naturally to the point that I am with this girl all the time and I don't even see her doing it, I can do this. One day we go out, and I don't remember where we were at, but we were at some store. Anyway, I even hate telling this because I feel like it's just so dishonest, like, to do stuff like this. But when I was a little girl, y'all, I had stole from a couple stores when I was like a little girl, like 5 years old. I was bad. And I would steal from stores because we were just so damn poor. I was like, I'm thirsty, I'm drinking this right here. Anyway, that's not cute, but I'm just letting you guys know that's what I'll be doing. We get to Route 21, and I took some sunglasses. And it was so easy. I literally was holding them like in my hand like this while we were checking out. And I walked out with them. I was like, it was like this weird adrenaline rush. And that's how it starts. That's how it starts. So then I went to Walgreens and I stole some hair vitamins, guys. hair vitamins, and I felt invincible at that point. And one day she's like, let's go to Walmart. This was like her spot. Honestly, Walmart was her spot to go to. And so I said, okay, I need something for my hair, so let's do it. We go to Walmart, and she's putting stuff in her purse or whatever. And so I'm like, you know what, I think I'm gonna buy some stuff. And then she's like, girl, you can do that, but you should also get you some of that. I didn't have enough money. I had like $8. I was actually working at Party City over there, but at the time it just slipped my mind. I really didn't even think about it. I just was not trying to spend my money. So I bought like some biscuits and like some hair ties and a little tank top. I bought that. But then on the side, I had stolen $10 worth of hair products. It was like a jar of conditioner and a jar of, a leave-in conditioner. My favorite one. And that was it. So I go and I made sure I did what she said. I put my sweater on top. But guys, I was going slow. Walmart was such a big store. Like, I felt really, really nervous and uncomfortable. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna like kind of like slide this in there, But she was like, come on, like you're taking too long. She says, girl, either put it back or, just slip it in there. So I slip it in there. And I'm still walking, and I remember this so vividly. A short, thin, white guy looks at me. And I'm looking at him, and he looks away. Like, it was the quickest, most natural look ever. So I'm thinking, oh, he must think I'm cute, I just kind of ignore him. I'm so weird. We check out. She buys, like, a little something, something. We check out. He does not, nothing's out of the normal. I get to the bathroom, and at that point, I'm trying to configure away. She's like, oh, this is embarrassing. She's like, what are you doing in there? I said, I just gotta go pee. Yeah, I'm trying to tear off the sensor. There was no sensor, it was just a barcode, but I'm scared it's gonna go off when I leave, so I try to pinch it off. Then I put it in my pants, like, y'all, I was like, okay, it's just gonna look like I got a really big gap, because I was like skinny back then, so it's just gonna make my gap that I already have just a little bit more, and that's fine, I can do this. I just end up putting it in my purse. We walk out, the sensors don't go off, so I'm thinking to myself, like, we are home free. Let's go to the car. No. The same white guy that gave me the eye back there, he says, hey. And I'm like, fuck. Does he really want my number right now? Yeah, he wants my number. He wants my number and everything else, all kinds of other information. I turned around, and it looked like I had seen a ghost. I was so shocked. I was so fucking scared, like. And so I said, huh? He said, can I have the items in your purse? And I said, oh, here. He's like, you're gonna have to come back with me. For a second, I was gonna run. I'm not even kidding. Like, I was literally about to turn and run, and I feel like they knew it. So the bodyguard was like over there, and he, who was in charge of like loss prevention, was right there. And I didn't do it. So I go in there and I follow them in there, and to my surprise, as soon as you walk into Walmart, to the right is the control center where they are literally monitoring everything. He says, let me see what's in your bag. And so I told him, sure. I give him the 2 items that I had stole. He goes through some more of my stuff, and he's like, did you take this? Did you take this? And I said, no. He's like, I think you took this, but you can have it. So I'm like, nigga, psst. Anyway. Then he goes and he gets some of my information. After he gets my info, he's like, so why are you stealing? And I said, because prom is coming up, and I just want to fix my hair. And I told him that, and he says, okay, well, you shouldn't be stealing, whatever. I'm trying to talk myself out of this and kind of psych myself into thinking I'm not going to go to jail today. And he's, not really making me feel easy as usual. Of course he's not, And so I say, well, I'm 17, is the law still the same, or do you have to be 18? And he says, do you know the difference between stealing, right? And I was like, yes, I know. At the end, he gives me this piece of paper, and it's about the law firm, and he's saying that they may call you and they may fine you. We're not going to take you back today, but you may get fined. He says that they're going to call me, and it's either going to be $175 or it's going to be nothing. So the girl, when she had just sat outside, I'm surprised she didn't just keep walking, because she had took so much stuff, but I feel like she's been doing this for so long. She had already known what was up, like what was the deal. They end up sending me a letter. 3 weeks later, I was literally like biting my nails weekly, like scared to death. and the letter came, and they wanted me to pay them $175 as my fee. And I was like, fuck, I only stole $10 worth of stuff and now I have to pay them $175? Like, what the hell? So I go and I'm like, fuck this. I go on Google and I look at the law firm and I'm like, do people have to pay this? And a lot of people said, hell no, I didn't pay it. Some people said it had been 5 years since they stole and they never paid it, nothing happened. So to be on the safe side, I called them to let them know I received the letter. And they charge late fees and stuff. So anyway, see, they had charged me like some late fee because I didn't call in time. I called 2 days after I received the letter. Whatever. They end up doing a payment plan for me. So it was going to be like 6 payments of like $30. I don't know, like 6 times. That was like $180 or something. Is that? Yeah. Yeah, whatever. I don't care. So I say, okay, fine. So I send them a payment of $30 in money order because I'm like, if I can just get them off me for a little bit, you know, I'm good. Then I literally just stopped caring about it. They had sent me a couple letters and my mom ends up finding out, and I was like, oh. She calls me and she says, I got that letter. You been stealing, baby? And I was just like, yes, okay, I stole 6 months ago, okay? Kill me. She's like, well, I had to call your brother. I had to tell him what was going on. And I was just like, why would you call? You know, anyway, my brother was in loss prevention. It's like, he's not going to help do anything. All you're doing is just giving my business, whatever. I called her and I was like, you know, me and her, of course, guys, we hadn't really talked that much. Afterwards, I told her that I had received a letter and she was like, don't worry about it. And so I said, okay, you know, she was a pro site. That's one of the other reasons why I really didn't worry about the letter. My mom ended up paying them like $150 more because that was what was due, I think. And I'm like, why the hell did you pay that? Her broke ass paid them $150. And I ended up having to give her, like, I was not going to do that. Like, stop doing that shit. She's like, I was just scared. I didn't want anything bad to happen, so I just went ahead and took care of it. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to need, and it's like, I didn't even tell you. Anyway, there were so many other times, like, even if somebody, guys, you can be like an accomplice and you could get in trouble. If you're caught stealing with somebody, a lot of times you could just be an accomplice and you could get in trouble for something like that. Like, just don't do it. And I was also naive to a lot of her stealing. Y'all, one time we went into Walmart before the yellow shirt incident happening with her polo, the polo shirt or whatever. This girl had taken a vacuum, expensive ass board game, and she put it in her car. Like, she told me, hey, let's meet up at Walmart, you know, because before this time I didn't know this was her stomping ground. And she took something else, and all the stuff equaled up to like $180 bucks, $108. We get to the customer service and they give her a gift card voucher for the item. And think about it, I just said, okay, you know, she's returning some stuff. And then it happened again. And I was thinking, I started getting to the point where I was like, girl, you should really keep your receipts, because now you're gonna have to keep shopping at Walmart for stuff. I mean, what if you don't want something from Walmart? You know, what if you have a bill? And she just kind of like laughed at me. And there were other instances that I totally didn't see things going on. Like, one time we went to Quiznos and we were eating. The person looked back and she had actually like taken the money somehow, like backwards. And I thought that he was giving her change. Like, like, her stealing was honestly the last thing that came to mind. I honestly thought because she was so flashy online that, like, you know, she didn't have this type of habits, or, you know, that she was earning, like, you know, an honest little living on the side. So like I said, guys, don't ignore the signs. Try to look for the signs if you can. I should have known that when she just came out of nowhere and we just started being friends, that was a sign, like, you know. But I was low on friends even back then because of the school I was in, so I just didn't have very much company, and the company that I obviously did keep fucking sucked. So yeah, guys, that was my story. By the time I got caught stealing at Walmart at 17 years old, guys. Look at the specs. Like, don't be naive like me. Anyway, I love you guys. I will talk to you later. Bye.